Hello friends, thanks for tuning in. You're watching Bourbon Battles. My name's Joe. Hey, hopefully you've been watching us for a really long time. Hopefully you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all that stuff. And hopefully you've seen a little hints to a special announcement. So stick with us and we're going to tell you what that's all about. Thanks for sticking with us. So if you watch Bourbon Battles, you're going to notice right out of the gate, we're not in the Bourbon Battles studio. We're somewhere special. We're at Professional Smoke in Bargersville, Indiana. So Professional Smoke has locations in Bargersville and Greenwood, and hopefully more to come. So they're a very unique cigar lounge. There's a lot of cigar lounges in Central Indiana that I really enjoy, this being one of them. But what separates these guys apart is just the way they do things in general. The memberships is what separates them apart. I really encourage you to visit their website. You see it there on the screen. It's going to be very important for Bourbon Battles for you to let them know that, hey, I heard about you here. Whether you buy a membership or you just stop in and have a pour of whiskey and a cigar. So we'll get into more of that as we go through this. So the way Professional Smoke is, the way it works is they're open Wednesday to Sunday. They're closed Mondays and Tuesdays at the Bargersville location anyway. And in the off hours, if you're a member, you have a key to the building. Right? Hey, let's get into a little bit about what we want to talk about here and what I'm smoking and what I'm drinking before we get too deep. I'm smoking a Padron Anniversary, one of my absolute favorite cigars in the world. I love this thing. And I'm having some Rabbit Hole Derringer. And the reason I'm drinking the Rabbit Hole Derringer is a couple of things. They sell it here. And it's one of the whiskeys that got me into whiskey. If you've never had Rabbit Hole Derringer, it's very good. It is 93 proof, and it's the Rabbit Hole finished in PX sherry casks. It's sweet, so I like to, when people ask me for recommendations for brand new bourbon drinkers, right? Rabbit Hole Derringer and Angel's Envy Rye always come to the forefront of that conversation. So back to Professional Smoke. If you're in the Central Indiana area and you're looking for a cool place to hang out, right? A cool place to meet like-minded people and have a cigar and a pour, this may be your solution. So good. If you've never had a Padron Anniversary, there's one in the humidor right back there. They'd love to get to you and a pour of this. This stuff pairs very well together. So, Professional Smoke is not just for members, right? You can come in their hours, and you see the hours listed there. Come in during their hours, and it's a traditional cigar lounge. There's seating for a lot of people. You see the number, how many people that I feel like could sit here comfortably. It's a great place to have a business meeting in the middle of the day. I plan on doing that a lot. Your memberships, you get a locker, you get access to this place. There's televisions, there's music. Last night there was a St. Patrick's Day event where West Fork Whiskey was in here, a cigar manufacturer was in here. It was amazing, guys. These guys are super kind people. We started collaborating together just here recently. This is the first video we've done. We've hinted towards it a little bit, and I'm so excited. Jesse, that owns Professional Smoke, is so excited. We're going to have Jesse on the program very soon to talk about that a little bit more. You're going to see us come to you from Greenwood and this location. And the next thing I want to talk to you about, which ties right back into Professional Smoke, is the direction I want to take Bourbon Battles in general, right? We talk about the whiskey, we talk about Rabbit Hole being great, we can talk about why I think it's great, how it drinks, and all these things. We can talk about expensive whiskeys, right? We can talk about cheap whiskeys, like, you know how I love to compare Maker's Mark 46 to like Lot B, right? That's great, and that's very important what we want to do here. But I want to concentrate more on the experience of cigars and whiskey in a community. So not only have I partnered with Professional Smoke, we're working very closely with a bourbon club down in Franklin, Indiana called Bonded and Bottle. Butch and the gang down there have fostered this community like I've never seen anywhere in the bourbon community. Mostly Franklin residents, but not always. We do this thing that we call 317 Pocket Whiskey. I kind of coined that, where if you're ever in Franklin, Indiana, you need to get a hold of me because there's a really good chance you can get a pocket whiskey. You see what they look like right there. So it's blind whiskey. You know how I love to do everything blind. But what we've learned, it started out with about, three of us, me and Butch and Nick. would walk around Franklin and share little sample bottles of whiskey, and that cultivated into dozens of people now do this. I was out last night and got a couple pocket whiskeys. I gave a couple pocket whiskeys, and I've built this collection of little samples to try and little pours to have later. It's an amazing thing, but what they've done is they've created this community. So you see the dates on your screen now. We're going to have our first ever Bourbon Battles meet and greet. Everybody's welcome. It's at Farm Girl Mercantile in Franklin, Indiana. So it's not a traditional place to have a bourbon cigar event. But it doesn't matter. They've got a beautiful outdoor setting. You can check out their website. You can check out their Facebook page, and I highly encourage you to do that. Please tell them when you get there that you heard about them from Bourbon Battles. But Professional Smoke's going to be there. You're going to be able to get your hands on a cigar. West Fork Whiskey from Westfield, Indiana is going to be there. You're going to be able to do a pour of several other different things, do a tasting, purchase a cocktail if you like. There's going to be a food truck there with steaks. I'm going to be there. It's going to be a great time. Bonnet and Bottle is going to be there. You can come talk to Butch and learn more about that club. These are the things that we want to concentrate on. So what we're starting to learn is when you concentrate more on the community than on the whiskey or the cigar, right? This is a good whiskey. This isn't a cheap whiskey. It's easy to find. There's nothing crazy about it. These cigars are excellent. I wanted to smoke this cigar very specifically today because I was very excited about this announcement, right? I was very excited to bring to you the news that we're working with Professional Smoke and how deeply we're going to start working with Bonnet and Bottle and how much we're going to start talking about community. So, inquire about Bonnet and Bottle. It's a very small club, intentionally small. So, hit Butch up. Find him on Facebook, Bonnet and Bottle, Franklin, Indiana. Come to Professional Smoke. You gotta tell them that Bourbon Battle sent you. That's very, very important. I want this relationship to go for a very long time with them. And we have to help them sell cigars and whiskey and memberships and all that good stuff. So I'm going to say it here. If you join Professional Smoke, the first person to join Professional Smoke that saw it here on Bourbon Battles is going to get a really cool prize package. I can't tell you exactly what's in it because I haven't thought it through, but there's going to be a nice prize package for Bourbon Battles. Probably include one of these hats right here. And if you want to get your hands on one of these bad boys, go to the description below. Shaff's Wood and Wool, Chris and the gang. Chris hangs out at Professional Smoke. Chris is a member of the Bonnet and Bottle Bourbon Club. Chris is my friend. Chris is who we do community with. That's what we love about it. Support Chris. Get you a hat. The place is awesome. Great deals. 10% off if you use discount code BBB for Bourbon Battles Blind 10, BBB 10 for 10% off this hat. Much, much more. Chris makes all kinds of cool stuff. So check that out. Check out Professional Smoke. We're going to cultivate this culture of we're going to concentrate less on the whiskey and more the relationships that you can form from whiskey. Just yesterday, 5 of the members of the Bonnet and Bottle Bourbon Club got together early morning. I've never done this before. I always said I wouldn't do it, but I wanted to try it. So our good friends over at Superior Discount Liquor in Mooresville, Indiana, released a Blanton store pick. By the time this comes out, you will have probably seen a couple reviews of different store picks they have. Love those guys. Love their store. Love their store picks. More of that community we're talking about, right? But 5 of us met at 6:30 in the morning. We got in Lonnie's truck and we drove over to Mooresville and we all got a Blanton store pick. Now, I always said I wouldn't do that, but here's why I wanted to try it. I wanted to see what it's like for the relationship side of that. What does it do? So we all showed up with our coffee. There was 5 of us. We all got in Lonnie's car. We drove over there, we had a cigar, we shared pocket whiskey, we tasted a couple store picks. Everybody had a great time. It wasn't about the Blantons. We did walk out of there with a bottle of Blantons, everybody did, and you're going to see a review on it here very, very soon, if you haven't already. So, it was fun. So, I've always kind of been a hater, if you will, of these get up early and go wait in line things, but we met new people, we fostered a community, and one of the gentlemen we met, I think he's going to hang out in Franklin a little bit to meet some of these other people. Guys, don't let the price tag scare you away from these Padron anniversaries. If you're brand new to cigars, I wouldn't quite suggest this, but if you've been smoking for cigars for a while and you've not had a Padron anniversary, just get one. It's just so full of flavor. Pairs so well. I think cigars pair well with whiskey in general. Some of the sweeter ones I prefer with a cigar, so it's amazing. So, here's what I need from you. First person to join Professional Smoke. Special prize package, and I will join you to deliver that prize package to have a cigar with you at either professional smoke location, whichever one you join. That prize package will probably include a hat, probably include a bottle of whiskey of some sort, probably going to include a blind battle that we're going to do on Bourbon Battles at Professional Smoke. So join up, check it out, check out the website, you see it there again, see if that's something you're interested in. Hey, if you have any questions on the value of this membership, please reach out to me. I'd love to have a phone conversation with you and give you my impression on how I perceive the value. So you see my email address there. Contact me through email, then we'll get linked up. So good whiskey, good cigars, good friends. Check out Professional Smokes. Patronize Chris, get a hat. Check out the Bonnet and Bottle Bourbon Club. And if you're ever around Franklin, Indiana or Central Indiana, hit me up. Me or Butch from the Bourbon Club will probably swing by. We'll probably give you a pocket whiskey. We want to meet people. We want to bring people together through whiskey and cigars. So, hey, don't forget about that event, Farm Girl Mercantile. There's the dates again. We'd love to see you there. Love to meet you. And, hey, drinking bourbon, smoking cigars is fun. Do it with your friends. Do it responsibly. And whatever you do, don't drink and drive. See you next time.
If you drink, don't drive to the watermelon crawl.